Hello, this is Greg Allison of Green Greg's Garden and Worm Farm, coming to you on the hot, dry day of 21 August 2020. Oh, wait a minute, it's not hot and it's not dry. Should be hot and it should be dry, but it's wet and really cool. This is our dry season, or should be the beginnings of it. Yeah, got some weird stuff going on in the climate. I'm going to talk about that in a minute, but I'm really here to talk about when I might come back to delivering worms again, and the post office and issues therewith, among other things. Now, I'll show you my worms. I do have worms. Check it out. Lots of worms. And look at a lot of these are babies. They're going to be really big worms soon. Look at that. Lots of worms. This bed is full of worms. I got lots and lots and lots of worms. But I've been afraid to ship them. You know, some things coming out, like I've just noticed an article in the Huffington Post about chicks dying, thousands of chicks dying. Of course, they want to say this is recent, and they all want to blame it on the new postmaster and the president. No, this has been going on. Chicks have been dying in the mail for months now, and so I'm going to go into. I'm going to tell you all about that, and part of why I'm not shipping worms. The big reason why I'm not shipping worms. Why I shut my business down. Okay, please subscribe to my channel, bang the update notification bell, because I'll bring you a lot of videos about raising worms. I'll do more worm videos in the future. I don't see any point in doing so many when I'm not selling them, but I will do a few more, and I'll do a lot more, especially when I start selling them. I'll do a worm compost video real soon too, maybe next week. I do videos on gardening, how to raise your own food, how to eat from the wilds, wild medicinals, wild food. Basically, I tell you what's going on in the world, so you can keep your eyes wide open and head on a swivel. The proposition of my channel is to help you thrive, survive, and stay out of the hive. And I tell you these things because, you know, some people hear this, but you know, there's new people come to my channel and what is this Greg Allison channel all about? I started out as an urban farming and worm farming channel. But I've done 2 power grid defense conferences, and I know all the stuff coming at us. So I was requested by many viewers to start covering those topics, and I have. Now the urban gardening and prepping topics don't always fit together because it's really 2 different crowds. It probably hurts my channel, but I think both are important. I think if you're going to prep, you need to know how to grow your own food, and I cover that. I cover how to eat from the wild. I cover why worms are so vital to your organic gardening industries. But we have problems shipping and delivering worms right now. Oh, by the way, I'm talking about prepping. Please, you need to prep. You need to have long-term food storage. Go to My Patriot Supply. Right now, we have a special, 4 weeks off. I mean, $100 off a 4-week food supply. $100 off. That's like a third. It's a ginormous discount. Check it out. This is the good food that lasts 25 years. It's breakfast, lunch, dinner, desserts, a variety of meals, and a handy carrying case. It's dehydrated so that you can carry it easily and rehydrate it weight-wise. Check that out. I'll tell you a little bit more about seeds at the end. But okay, so what's happening? Some of you may know I have prided myself for years in shipping worms year-round, the hottest months, the coldest months. No problems. I can ship worms, no problem. I did it for years on end. I've been shipping worms since 2012. I started this worm business in 2011. I just raised worms for a year and didn't sell anything. I started out with 50,000 worms. I had 1.5 million worms in a year. They doubled every 2 months. I had worms everywhere. I couldn't build worm beds fast enough. And I was building them. So that'll tell you that, there is a lot of potential in what you can do with worms. I've done videos right here on the economic potential. The last one was a, quarantine living slanted video. Oh, got a lot of birds flying around me here. I don't know if they got caught on the video coming past me, but yeah, they flew right past me. Me talking, they didn't even care. Isn't that interesting? So, yeah, let's check it out again. Why I'm talking about this is because these delays of the post office that were occurring back in March and April were killing me. I'm talking March and April. It was already going on. we were already having delays. And those delays were simple, because so many people couldn't shop in stores, because people were afraid to shop in stores. A lot of stores were shut down. So people started buying more and more stuff off the internet. So at the post office, it became like Christmas every week. And it's been like that for months on end. The post office was beleaguered. They were working overtime, stressed out, hard working. Now, I know a lot of good people that work at post offices. My local post office has some of the best people in the world, really good people, and I really appreciate them. A lot of the mail sorting facilities, have had to hire, young kids and other people that are just there taking a job, and they're not paid like they used to be, and they don't take care of things like they used to. I've noticed a lot of my packages, even before this started hitting, started suffering. I was seeing packages shattered, busted, tire marks across one. My customer sent me back some horrific pictures, but it got worse. They got harried, stressed, and shipping delays started occurring. To this day, there's a lot of my bills that don't even come in. I don't see some of them, or they come in late. I get a bill and it's already past due. I don't know if you're seeing those kind of things, but I've seen them. So what's happened? So lately, the thing that's hit the Huffington Post, or the Huff Post as they call it for this post, is that there's, like to Maine alone, 4,800 chicks that were sent through the Postal Service that died on arrival just in the last few weeks. That hundreds of chicks are going all over the place that are dying. That 500 chicks went to, in last 2 shipments, to a farm that belonged to Mr. Hayden Gooch. And he said over the last 6 years, he never lost more than 25 chicks alone in a single shipment. So when he's losing 500 per shipment, that's taking his notice. And these are going to Maine. Well, it's not just Maine. This is all over the place, and it's happened here. I mean, there has been several, it's been like 2 months ago, the local postal girl told me here about a shipment of chicks that arrived there that were all dead. All dead. So this has been happening. A lot of you are aware that the post office has been operating at a loss every year, billions per year. How long can they continue to rack that up? Supposedly they're way, way, way in the hole, and this was prompting the notion they were going to cut back on overtime. And cutting back over overtime really concerned me. It's like, can I return to the business of shipping stuff when they return to overtime? Or cut overtime and are already slow and I'm already having issues? What's it going to take to get back to me being comfortable to ship again? I don't have a good answer to that. Let me tell you how bad it was. It was so bad that, like I said, I've shipped for years, all year round, and I didn't lose worms. Maybe 1 box a year. And it would be usually because some postman left a box in a black mailbox in the summertime in Florida. Put them in the oven. When it says live worms on this, it happened twice to me. And that would be like the only time I'd ever lose any. I've had, I don't know, but the larger shipments tend to be more susceptible to not making it. And I found myself reshipping shipments like 3 times to some people. That cost me a lot of money. My margins were extremely thin on these worm shipments. Too thin. I was losing money, losing lots of money, because it got to the point I was having to redo over a third, almost half of my larger shipments. That was killing me, absolutely killing me. You can't run a business that way. You just absolutely cannot run a business that way. On top of that, I got way behind. I was shipping a lot of worms. My sales were crazy. Enough so that, if I had my prices structured right and everything structured right, I could have quit my day job by now. But then that was my hope, because I wanted to do this full time. But, instead I had to wind up shutting my business down. I had a lot of stress. My father died. My brother died. And on top of that, I'm behind. I'm still behind on taxes. I still haven't even done my local sales taxes that were due in January. I still got a lot of stuff to do, a backlog. And I have amped up a little bit some of my videos going on this channel, because I think with everything coming at you, really, really, really need to know about wild edibles. You really need to know about growing your own food. You need to know about wild medicinals. So I've amped up those videos. Some people complain, well, Greg, you put all these ads in there. Hey, I've got to do something. I'm trying to make up for losses. I'm trying to recover, and I'm hoping to one day do this full time. And so I've got some issues I'm trying to take care of. Hey, I got another channel, Galactic Greg's. I only post 1 or 2 videos a month on that channel. That's when I don't do ads on so much, right? So that's why, I put my priority here. But also, this is what you need. You need to know about these wild edibles. I was going to stretch that out over time. But getting back to worms, getting back to shipment, I just don't know. The post office is now going to be beleaguered with a whole lot of mail-in votes on top of that. So they're still going to have the mail order stuff and the ballots going through too. So even if nothing else changed, if they kept the overtime going, with overtime they were too slow. Too slow. They were working overtime and still slowed down. And it's just because they have so much stuff going through. They don't want to hire additional people, because hiring people in the post office is a huge financial commitment due to the benefits of their packages. So they didn't want to commit to that, especially if all this is temporary. Maybe they should hire. I really think they should. But they, also need to make some changes, because obviously they're not structured right if they're losing money continuously year after year after year after year. Some things just aren't structured right. Be the pricing or something, but the costs have been going up. The post office has been charging more and more and more and more every year, and I hadn't raised my prices. That's one of the things that's also hurting me. They were going up $1 or better a year on a package, and my prices have been held the same for several years, and that was hurting me. I've got to change my website. That's another reason I pulled it all down. I've got to have time to change my website. I've got to repair my trauma. I got to get caught up on my taxes. And I still have some issues with the house. I've been working on it, but I've got some major issues with my home. I may go more into that in the future. So there are a number of things that have kept me from making sales. I have worms. I got lots of worms. You can see them here. The little white stuff, those are little springtails. They're not a problem. But we have worms, and these are baby worms, basically. So all these are about to grow up. I'm going to have so many worms here, it's going to be an explosion. I'm going to have to start sharing these in other beds, splitting them out. And I'm trying to get one of the worm beds built, but I got a tractor shop too. So I got a lot of stuff going on. Let me show you my trauma. I got to rebuild my trauma. I got a lot of things I got to do and get caught up on. And that's why it really helps me if you support my channel. And all these things cost money, take time. And I still have a day job, and it's still a very busy day job. I work. My day job, I put in probably 60 hours a week. When you're doing that and trying to run 2 YouTube channels, a market garden and worm farm, it's stressful. I don't get much sleep, very little. I still gotta bury these pipes here before winter gets here, or before somebody steps in that and gets hurt. There's so much to do. Look at my trauma. I've got to go in and tear all this out. I got to replace the support bars in here. They finally gave way. I've been using this trauma for years, but it's also going to have, I got some other work to do to it too. She's not turning right. I've got to put a wooden bar in here and put a tensioner pulley in here, put a little more tension on that cable. I've got a lot of things to do. Just lots of things to do. Check out my garlic. I should do a video on how to pot turmeric. I've got to repot some of this stuff. That's another good video I could do for you guys. See, my tractor's in the shop right now, so I can't even put my latest worm beds in the field. That's what I need to do. I need to get all these guys in. Got to get my tractor out of the shop. I got a zillion things going on that I need to do, but I really appreciate everybody's support. I've got a lot of good people that follow my channel. I appreciate you guys. A lot of you come into my chat sessions, and we have like a little community. We talk a lot. We share a lot. And there's nothing I need to do. I need to set these tiger lilies. I got a walk-in cooler I need to get finished. I need to go in and rework my washroom for veggies. It never was quite completed. I mean, I use it, but it's not where I want it to be. I want to be able to clean washroom in my old garage. I got to take the garage door off and put walls on. So I got a lot of work to do to get my market garden up to the level I wanted at, to make it operational. And I really need to quit my day job so I can focus more on these things, because this is where my heart's at. Yeah, I love space, but I think I can make more impact doing this kind of stuff today. I think this is very vital, the ages we're moving into. I will still keep my space channel, my YouTube channel, Galactic Grays, up and going, and I hope to put more emphasis on that in the future, do more videos there. I'm still very much interested in that stuff, but I just feel like I need to get more involved in my land, my property, my worms, my garden, and bringing you guys more content, better content, doing a better job on it. I need to replace this camera, so I need to spend money on that. This camera's got it's got dust between the lenses. I can't clean it off. I could take it apart, but I risk it not running again. I might do that, but you know, just one more thing. I'll probably get, you know, either people want me to get a camera, a nice professional camera that I can put a sock over the microphone. You know, I probably wouldn't use it so much because I just can't carry it around in my pocket. There may be times I would use a camera like that, so probably I should. But I need another camera, kind of like this camcorder, because it's just so handy. You know, I've got my phone, but the phone is, which I do use it for some videos, but the camera is like at one end of the phone. It's not centrally mounted, and when I'm holding it, I vibrate more. I'm not as steady as I am with this. Yeah, I can get a gimbal for it. That's one more thing to buy. Yeah, I should get the gimbal. But I'm just not used to looking on the edge of something, and sometimes I have to remember which side is the camera on. So it's I'm not as good with using the phone as I am this thing. Now for live sessions, yeah, it kind of works because I can see my image. I'm looking, you know, back at the selfie type image. But if you're out videoing, your video from this side, other side, typically. It's odd though, when I go into live sessions, it won't allow me to rotate the phone. So it's like you're looking through a crack in an open door. It allowed me to do it when I'm not in live sessions. For some reason, when I'm in a live session, it won't do that. The rotate button will come on, but you can tap it and beat it to the cows come home, and it won't rotate. And you can also go into settings where there's a rotate. You can hit that too. It won't rotate. So it's two different ways you're supposed to be able to make it rotate, and neither work when I'm in a live session. Believe you me, I've tapped it and banged on it repeatedly. It just don't work. You know, this phone screen's got some issues. I think it's a touch screen issue. It's not sensitive like it should be. I have a problem answering the phone if somebody calls me. It's real hard for me to pick the calls up. So it's just, and it's, you know, this phone's only a year old. It's a Samsung 9. You know, it ought to be doing better than that. You know, I'm not a fan of this phone, to be honest. Because of that, it's got issues. And actually, I replaced this previous, I had two of these phones. It's the second one I had. The other one had battery problems. Okay, that's probably more than y'all care to know. Check this out though. I'm going to rotate my camera a little slower. I know I'm moving it around too fast too often. Check that out. I got a load of persimmons on this tree, and I really look forward to that. I love persimmons, guys. Let's see if I can zoom in a little bit. Let's see some of these. Look at that. Ooh, ain't that beautiful? This tree's loaded with them. Just loaded with persimmons. Hang on. I'll scan this back out. So, again, I appreciate everybody watching. Please consider, you need to be gardening. You really, really need to grow your own food as much as possible. I do show the wild edibles. Whatever you grow, you're going to need to supplement it. It's hard to grow enough food until you really get the hang of it. To feed a family, wild edibles is a good way to supplement it, and long-term food storage is a good way to supplement it, but you also don't want to survive on long-term food storage alone. That's why you want to grow a garden. You need to have seeds you can carry with you in case you have to bug out. Seeds are lightweight. They're easy to carry. That's a good advantage to them. I did a video on why the Cherokee so valued their seeds, and that is on the Trail of Tears. I called it Seeds of Survival. Go check that video out. Oh yeah, to see all the videos on the channel, you're not going to see them by looking at the playlist, because the playlist filled up, and you only put 7 playlists on the channel. I'm going to probably delete a couple of mine and redo it when I get a chance. Just click videos and just scroll down through the channel. You'll be surprised, you know, how many videos. I got over 300 videos on this channel. And if you just look at the playlist, you're going to see, you know, far less than 100. You know, probably less than 50. So go to the videos tab at the very top. Click that and just scroll down. You'll see a lot of stuff. But check out the video on Seeds of Survival. If I can remember, I'll put it in the notes for this video. There's just a lot of things going on, like this hot, dry summer we should be having. Another sign that we really need to be prepared. Weather's wonky. In the west are hot, dry. Here we're wet. Yeah, that's the kind of pattern you get in a grand solar minimum. That's the kind of pattern we had back in the Ice Age even. It's the weather becomes more serpentine. Yeah, Alaska was ice-free in the Ice Age. Alaska. Well, at least it was an ice-free path through Alaska that people could move through, and they came into America, and there was an ice-free pass all the way down the west coast. During the previous little mini ice ages, it was warmer in the west. So that's not unusual. It's a major change in the weather patterns. Now, that's what's happening. What we're having is cloud nucleation due to cosmic rays. We got more cosmic rays. We have record cosmic rays coming into our atmosphere. Hans Svensmark did a study on that. At first, it saw people try to shoot them down and try to repudiate it, but it stood the test of time, and it's been confirmed and validated since that the cosmic rays coming in are impacting the atoms in the atmosphere, and they are, they're splitting off a lot of ionized particles, making a shower of particles that comes down into the atmosphere. And those ionized particles are electrically charged, and they cause dust particles to gather and water to nucleate around that, and it causes cloud formation. The more clouds you get, it causes reflection of light back off the earth. It increases albedo of the planet. It kind of cools things down from what they might be otherwise, and out of it you get more rain. China, look at China, they're getting rain, and they're having snowstorms here in the summertime in China. They had 2 in Beijing, and one of the western provinces has had a blizzard, and that's a place where they're normally like on the cooler nights they might want to wear a long sleeve shirt, but now they're having to wear jackets and coats. They're having some crazy weather, and China's being flooded extremely. So yeah, we're definitely, these changing weathers is going to affect crops. We may have early frost. There's going to be food shortages. That's why you really need to get that long-term food storage. Prepwithgreg.com. You need to buy seeds, and lots of them to prep with, to run with, to plant your own garden. You need heirloom seeds that you can replant. So go to True Leaf Market. You can find those seeds. It helps me when you buy from prepwithgreg.com and when you buy from my links to True Leaf Market. And it helps you. You're not going to pay a penny more. And that's the kind of stuff you need, because one day you won't be able to go to the store. You can't count on the idea you're going to be able to go to the store continuously. I do say stock up on peanut butter, rice, beans, dried beans, macaroni, whatever you can get that's long-term storable. Buy the Spam if you're not against eating ham, tuna. There's a lot of things that store for a long time, but all those cans are good for bugging in, and maybe putting caches out in your bug out locations or wherever you plan to travel through, if you can hide a cache somewhere. But in the long term, the bulky stuff is hard to move. You can't move it all. You're not going to take it all with you when you got to bug out, if you bug out. That's why you need the seeds. That's why you need some of the lighter weight stuff like you'll get with prepwithgreg.com. It comes in good buckets, and it's a lot easier to carry than canned stuff. The canned stuff's cheaper. Hey, buy it, get it. Get it while you can, get all of it. Take care of yourself and your family as best you can. We got tough times coming. But the Postal Service is just a sign of it. Also, it's a sign that people are buying through Amazon and Walmart and the big places that are doing mail order. But what's happening is the local businesses are dying, the small businesses are dying. Go every chance you can and spend every dollar you can with local businesses. Support your local businesses, support your small shops, support your independent plumbers and electricians instead of the big shops. You'll get more expertise. They won't charge you as much, and they're being beleaguered by the cities that want to over-regulate them and say they got to have 20-something certifications. The big companies can afford to have that. The small companies can't. The big companies then turn around and hire some kid to come out to your place that doesn't have the same experience, and they charge you 3 times the price. So you pay more money and get less service, all in the name of safety. That's what kind of crap goes through our city councils. That's what we have to deal with due to over-regulation. I just have all kind of issues with that. So what we're having is small businesses and individuals are being squeezed from every corner, internationally, nationally, states and local governments are all in on that. And we need to push back. We need to start pushing for our freedoms. Our freedoms are under assault. I have started, and I put out a video yesterday on, I'm now president of the Freedom Restoration Foundation. We have a nationwide group now of several individuals that are already actively writing letters to state legislatures, and we're mounting up a campaign to write letters to Congress. So we're going to push for our freedoms across the board, all of our freedoms, all of our liberties. They're all under assault, and we're going to be here to help with that. So please join with us. Right now, I do have a website reserved. We've not set it up yet, and I haven't set up the email to go with that yet. So right now, the working email is hal5space@aol.com. Put freedom in the subject line. It's Hotel Alpha Lima, the Arabic number 5, Sierra Papa Alpha Charlie Echo at Alpha October Lima dot Charlie October Mike. Hal5 space, the word space, at AOL.com. Anyway, that's what we're doing. It's raining right now. Yes, the rain is falling. I'm sitting out here in the rain under this tree. Sweet gum tree. Oh yeah. I'll do some videos about eating other trees too. Not just pine trees. Maple trees are particularly edible, you may not know. Not just the seeds. I did a video on the seeds, right? Alright, so a lot more to come. Please do support the channel by clicking the links below and subscribe if you're not subscribed. Please share my videos. Here's another thing I've noticed. My viewership has dropped like a rock. And I think it's the algorithms. I think I tell you too many good things. Maybe I'm wrong. If you think my viewership is dropping from some other reason, let me know. As far as I know, I'm not doing my videos any different than I was, 2 or 3 months ago. Why is my viewership dropping like a rock? I'm seeing guys who come out in the video and say, hey, we're going to have a food shortage. There's one guy recently did that. He's got 25% less subscribers than me. And that video in just a few hours hit 18,000 views. I'm going, really? He's a good guy. I'm glad he got 18,000 views, but why are my views going down? I don't mind him getting more. That's great. Well, why are my views going down? So please help me. Share my videos. Anyway, thank you for watching. Bye.